Good morning, welcome back to another writing vlog where we are trying to write 50,000 words in the month of November. That seems completely crazy, right? If you are new here, I am participating in the Rough Draft Challenge, which is inspired by NaNoWriMo, and it's a November writing challenge which lots of authors will be participating in, or something similar as well. Although 50,000 words seems a lot, and it definitely is, especially for somebody who has not been writing consistently this whole year, it has been a lot. I've battled illness, I've battled lack of motivation on day 4, which definitely came a lot sooner than I was expecting. But I've come past all of those things and I have managed to hit my micro goal of writing daily. But also I'm now sitting at, on the 20th of November, 34,780 words, which means I'm still ahead of schedule. The high achiever in me is very happy I've yet to dip below the expected words written line. And I'm at 69%. That was completely unplanned. I hadn't realised that. As a steamy romance author, what a great percentage to be at, right? I'm at 69% of the word count for the month of November. So 15,220 words remaining and 10 days left to write. I've yet to write anything this morning, so that's going to be the first task of the day. I've got my scene card, so I'm trying to be a lot more mindful when I'm sitting down to write and just spending a little bit of time beforehand before I start my timer and do a writing sprint, just to make sure that I'm starting in the right place and best foot forward, all that sort of thing. And that has gone so much better. If you've seen any of my past weekly vlogs, and they're there for you if you want to go back and have a little look. I've had to adapt and figure out the best way for me to write where I am currently. I used to be a night writer and I used to spend so much of my time writing in the evening on my phone. But if you've seen my Preptober vlog, I knew that writing on my phone wasn't going to get me the best word count. It's great for convenience and snapping up and like taking a little pocket of time, but I can definitely write more on my laptop in the same amount of time. So I've been trying to prioritise that. But there have been times where the motivation's not really been there, or I've been unwell this past week. I'm still not feeling great, but I'm definitely getting better. But like this weekend, I just did writing on my phone just because the thought of sitting down at my laptop and writing, it just wasn't going to happen. Okay? I needed to rest. I did rest, but I still wrote. And on the Sunday, I wrote 2,000 words, almost 2,100 words on my phone. Crazy, but I just took off some of that pressure, which I think was key. I've really been adapting when things happen, like evening sessions were just not working for me. I went on a tangent there, didn't I? I was talking about evening writing. I used to be an evening writer. See, my brain is still fuzzy. I'm going to blame the illness, although I feel like I'm normally like that anyway. I used to be an evening writer, but now my brain just shuts down in the evenings and I just can't. So what I swapped in the last week or two was trying some morning writing sessions, and that has been a game changer. Although it is definitely slower than my normal word count, the fact that I can get those words in before my work day, that I can not worry about writing in the evening, so much better. So much better. And although I don't like getting out of my bed an hour earlier than I need to, it has definitely been the right thing to do. So for example, on Tuesday, I wrote 1,993 words in the morning. I think I must have been downstairs super early. Almost 2,000 words. I'm still... Did I add that up correctly? Because that seems an awful lot. Triple checked it at this point and that is correct. I'm really happy with how this whole month has gone overall. Definitely found it harder towards the beginning of the month. I think I said 1 or 2 vlogs ago that I've been really surprised how difficult I found the challenge so early on with lack of motivation. Well, things have changed since then for the better, and I've got a little tracker in my bullet journal of how I feel when writing. So I've got it every day because I want to write every day, and it's just colour coded, and then every 1,000 words up to the 50,000 words, obviously. And I was really taken aback by how many hard days that I'd had and how many normal days that I had. And I was slightly disappointed at that. This whole challenge, yes, is about writing 50,000 words, but it's about pushing yourself, obviously, but it's also about having fun. And so I did change some things around. Like I said, given myself... Where's that gone? Oh, where's my SIM card gone? Okay. It was hidden in the notebook. That was silly. Whew. This is the thing with having it in paper format and not digital, because I lose things. I noticed that I was really panicking about setting the timer to do a writing sprint and just sitting and writing. So I changed it. I have allowed myself a little bit of extra time right before I start the timer to actually sort of sit myself and ground myself in the writing, rather than just going, oh, the timer started, I've got to get words down on the page and I've got to hit that 1,000 for every 30 minutes that I typically do. That was really panicking me, and it was making it really unenjoyable, on top of the evening sessions, which were really, really unenjoyable. So I've just adapted as I've gone through the challenge, and I think that is definitely what I needed to do. I've rewarded myself as I go through the challenge, so I've just had my 30,000 reward as well. I'm now at a place where I'm really happy with my progress. I'm really enjoying writing. I'm loving my story, which is obviously an absolute bonus. And I think it helps with where I'm at in the book, that things are ramping up and the tension is... So I think that really helps because I want to write these next chapters. I've just realised that if you're new here, you don't know who I am and you don't know what I write. Hi, I'm Marie and I'm a steamy romance author. It makes no sense, right? I'm writing a romance between 2 friends and it's a matchmaking small town rom-com. So these bits that I'm writing now are very heavy on pushing these characters together and creating that conflict until it is going to bubble over. So this next week is going to be like the last full week of writing for the vlog, and I'm expecting no hitches. Touch wood. Everything should be plain sailing. I'm touching wood. How many times until you touch it and it then negates the touching of the wood? I might be losing my mind. It should be an easy week. I feel like I've set up a routine and a rhythm, so I'm just going to carry on with that and it will work, and I don't foresee any issues. Yeah, probably. I just always jinx myself. I know I've probably massively jinxed myself, but fingers crossed, there could always be that one instance where I don't. Anyway, it'll make the challenge interesting, I suppose, if I just don't actually hit it and I've massively jinxed myself. Our next step for today is writing, and then I'm going to do content, and then I'm going to edit the last vlog that you would have hopefully seen. You have got to go and grab your favourite drink, snuggle up, and come be an author with me, because we've still got a lot of words to write. So come on. Hi from future Marie. I mean, only a couple of hours after I last saw you for my writing, I did not want to stop writing. I am in the middle of a scene, although I have been good and I have left it at a good point to leave it in the scene. It's not in the middle of a sentence, it's not in the middle of a conversation, but I really wanted to carry on writing, and yeah, well, I had to stop. One, I went above and beyond my words for today anyway. I have written 2,483 words from the top of my head. I have just looked. My memory's bad. It's around that. And I did do my 2 writing sprints of 30 minutes each. I mean, technically, I think I went over on both of them, hence the larger amount of words written. But it's because I'm getting into those scenes that I really just want to write. I want to carry on, but I had to edit the vlog. And if it hadn't been for the fact that I had set myself a goal of when I wanted these vlogs to be up on YouTube, I would have skipped out on the editing today and I would have carried on writing. That means that is my author day done for this week. I'm still obviously going to be writing every day and I will still bring you along on the journey, but I just wanted to catch you up with how today has gone. And the main point of the story is I just want to keep writing, which is definitely worse problems to have. As I was updating my trackers for today, I am on day 5 in a row of having like really good writing where I'm just loving what I'm writing. I'm feeling really motivated. I want to carry on writing and it's not feeling like heavy and a slog. Those 5 days of back to back, really happy with my writing, have all happened whilst I felt really unwell, which is pretty incredible. And I think that's mostly because I'm in the middle of the book-ish. It's not felt like, again, touch wood, it's not felt like I'm in the sticky middle of the book where it just is like draining, slogging. I'm just like, this is, you know, where I'm doing like slow burn. This is where all the fun stuff happens. There's some really good scenes coming up and I cannot wait to write them. So I think that's really helping me with momentum. Almost like turned the month of November and the writing challenge on its head. In my Preptober vlog, I was very open with the fact that there would become a time where I lacked motivation and that was more than likely going to be halfway through the month to the end of the month. Well, I feel like that was at the beginning of the month and towards the end of the month, I'm storming it. So long may that continue, and Marie, stop jinxing yourself. Editor Marie is going to laugh at herself because I probably have just jinxed myself. Fingers crossed I haven't. But yeah, I'm going to see you in the next writing sprint. I'll see you in a minute. Good morning. It is Monday the 24th of November. I don't normally speak to you on a Monday, so it's a bit strange, but I've got the bad news that I'm unwell again. I don't know whether it classes as again, seeing as I actually haven't been well. But this weekend I just came down. I think it might be now a cold. I think I might have had the flu, and then I hadn't really gotten over the flu, and now I think I've got a cold. It's so annoying because I feel like I haven't had a week in November where I've been well and that's just like normal. I did manage to do some writing over the weekend, really not a lot. Yesterday I got to the evening and I just really didn't want to write. I did force myself just to do some writing. My phone, it was not flowing. I really pushed myself. I was like, oh, could I leave it here? And I had a look at the word count and it was 100 words. And I was like, no, I can't leave it there. That is absolutely ridiculous. So I pushed a little bit harder. I got 472 words, which is officially my lowest word count in a sprint in a day for this whole month. But it's progress. It did mean that I hit my 10,800 word goal for the week. I actually got more. And I think I knew that. That's why I just sort of was like not pushing myself too hard. Even with that really low word count on Sunday, I got 11,776. I got almost 1,000 extra words than my goal for the week. So that's great. On Saturday, I ended up on being on 40,037 words, which means rule time. I had every intention yesterday of putting some makeup on. Did not happen. And going to my book club and doing like a little filming segment beforehand where I opened my rewards, talked about book club. Well, I ended up not going to book club, which was the last one of the year, so I'm really sad about that. but I just could not face it, and I didn't film either, and I was looking rough, like really, really rough. Although I had to go food shopping, which wiped me out, and I went and had to have a nap afterwards. But I bought medicine, obviously, and I got ID checked. No, I didn't get ID checked, but the lady was looking at me as if to go, "Are you 25?" I'm like, "I am definitely over 25. And have you seen the state of this face? Like, I've got makeup on today. I look rough." But I just was really looking at her like, "There's no way you think this is under 25." Anyway, it sort of made my day. That's when you know you're majorly over 25, when you experience joy at somebody questioning whether you are 25 and under. Anyway, I thought, what I'm going to do, I've got my normal work day today, so it's not meant to be writing. I didn't wake up early because I thought, you know what, I'm not well, I really need a little bit of extra sleep. I'll try and write in the evening or something, but actually I've got a bit of a slower work day, so I'm thinking I'll just do a little mini writing session now for my lunch break, and just do like 30 minutes, try to get 1,000 words in, get it done. But I also thought I will just jump on, talk to you, and tell you I'm well again. Honestly, I'm not normally this unwell, but I feel like I jinxed myself because I think at the end of October I was like, I haven't been unwell for ages. And then bam, like 3 illnesses back to back. I thought I would open my rewards for hitting 40,000 words, and the next 10,000 words is going to be the end of the book, and that will be, and I've got a reward for that, but I think I haven't ordered it yet. I picked up this from Comic-Con, which is, it's just so diddy, but it's so cute. It's a little hair scrunchie, but it was all autumn themed, which is really ironic, seeing as now I need to take, still haven't, that was going to be my plan. I was going to take down all my Halloween and autumn decorations and do a straight swap to Christmas over the weekend. Well, that was not going to happen. So I'm still got on the 24th of November Halloween and autumn stuff, and I've now opened an autumn scrunchie, and they've got all little autumn leaves on it, and I just thought, how cute is that? Been waiting to open that for over a month now. And then I've got this, which is a tinted lip balm because my lips definitely need some moisture this autumn season. But it's a Disney princess one, and it is a wild cranberry, and it should be slightly reddish shine. We'll see. They do like normal ones, non-princess ones, but I went for the princess ones, not because I'm overly, Rapunzel's lovely, but it's not like my era of Disney princess, because I'm not 25, I'm a lot older than 25. But this actually, the book that I'm reading, my female character is a real romantic, but bless her, completely fouls at it and has given up on dating. And this is where like part of me gets drawn into some of these characters, because I realised that why I love romance so much all stemmed from Disney princesses, and the classic Disney princess of princess meets prince and love happens in the just cutest way. So that's a little trait that my character has inherited from me. And she will regularly, this isn't something that I do, but my character will sit and watch Disney movies and do back to back. So she'll do the real life version, and then she'll swap over into the animated version back to back of the same movie. So in the first chapter she watches Beauty and the Beast with her friend, and she watches real life action one, and then the animated one nobody can beat, surely. We'll just keep doing that. Last weekend I got inspired by that, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to watch, seeing as I've got 2 boys, I never get to watch Disney princess movies. I was like, I'm going to be like my character, I'm going to watch a princess movie. And one of my favourites when I was really young was The Swan Princess, which no one ever heard of. So if you do know that film, please let me know, because no one ever knows about it. But it was one of my favourites, and I was watching it and I was like, oh, this is just so good. And I just remembered so many bits of it. And I just was sitting in bed with my blanket watching Swan Princess. And you know what? It was such a nice way to chill out. I was inspired by my character. But long story short is, when I saw the princess version, I thought, I've got to go for the princess version. And this is really cute because obviously you've got Rapunzel on there, but you've also got the comedian, Pascal the comedian. See, I have watched it. The frying pan. You've got the tower. And it just is, it's cute. And I thought, yeah, I've got to go for that one. That suits this reward and this book down to the ground. So, fingers crossed. Oh, it is very red. Hopefully it's not going to be that red when I put it on. But yeah, that's, oh my God, that smells, oh, that smells like my childhood. Rewards done. I'm going to do a writing sprint. It's going to be 30 minutes. Get some words down during lunch break because I didn't do my morning session. Tomorrow I will try to do my morning slot because it does work, and I got 11,000 words last week by doing that. Don't break what is not broken. It was working really well. I definitely did need to have a little rest, but this is the last full week and we got to hit that writing goal. So yeah, let's have a little writing sprint, shall we? I'm back again after 13 minutes of writing. I managed 1,080 words, which is great. There was definitely points in that where I was like, oh, I don't know what to write, but I managed to get the chapter finished. It's a relatively short chapter, but it is now done, and there are some really, really exciting chapters coming up next. So I'm going to leave writing there for the day, start on a new chapter tomorrow. In the meantime, I can think through some of the finer details of that chapter, although a lot of them have now cemented, so that is great. But yeah, that is the writing session for Monday the 24th done. I'm now at 41,589 words in the month of November. See, brain fog. I was wondering what month we were even in. I can carry on writing tomorrow. I will see you another day. Hello, hello. It is Wednesday, I don't ever know what day it is. The 26th of... 26th? Hang on. My phone never just tells me the date, like... The 26th. It's Wednesday, the 26th of November. And it is 12:15, and I have spent the whole morning shopping, Christmas shopping, and I've now got to write, I've got to send a newsletter. It's going to be busy, but I'm writing a great chapter at the moment, and I wrote yesterday morning, forced myself to get up and out of bed, and I'm glad that I did, but it was difficult just because I've not been feeling well. Definitely feeling better today, but I'm still going to keep on the medicine to make sure that I do continue to feel better. My main character is like the guy is starting to feel the feelings for the female, but he doesn't really know it yet. So I'm going to try and get 2,000 words done today. That hopefully should finish the chapter, might go into a new chapter. Should take me an hour and a half maximum, fingers crossed, and then got to organise a newsletter and get that all set up before the school run. So we're cutting it fine, but I'm going to do myself a cup of coffee, and I've got a Greg's sausage roll for lunch. Oh, and I had a Costa this morning with a cinnamon bun, so it's not a healthy day. Whatever. Thursday the 27th of November and you're not meant to be seeing me. I was meant to end this vlog yesterday and it technically has ended, but I had to literally shoot off. I finished writing. I think I left it in the middle. No, I think I did finish my sentence, but I think I've got a couple of sentences left to just round off that chapter, and I didn't have time. I needed to go and collect my boys from school. So I thought this morning I would do my sign off, say goodbye to you guys, and just sit down and update my trackers because I feel like I've not been updating them as much as I have done previously. Yesterday I wrote 1,751 words, which means my total for the month as of yesterday for November is 44,597, and we have 5,403 words remaining to write for this month across 4 days. Totally doable, especially because today I'm going to be writing. I'll do a little bit tomorrow morning to write, maybe about 1,000 words ish, and then weekend we get the book done. No, we don't get the book done. We get the November challenge done, and then we're on track to finish the book in December. I was having a little sneaky little look the other day on if I was to carry on writing how I've been writing in the month of November and do like another challenge in December, would I finish the book? And yes, I could finish the book, but not before Christmas like I wanted, by the 31st of December. Who knows? We're getting it done in December for sure. I have picked up a Costa on the way back from school, which is very nice. I also had a Costa yesterday, so very, very naughty. Got my mocha fix, all good. I'm going to leave this vlog here and start immediately on a new vlog. So if you have loved this, obviously don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Give me a little cheeky comment because it really helps this channel grow. But if you love all of this, then just go and check out the next one. That is going to be the last few days of the November Writing Challenge. We should be able to do it. Nothing should stop us. If I've been able to carry on writing every single day, then nothing will stop us, touching wood, because I love to jinx myself on this channel. That's enough from me. Thanks so much for watching. Happy reading, and I will see you in the next one.